Hello everyone, I'm Brian. Welcome back. Let's go ahead and continue.
Is, according to Vedanta, what we think of ourselves right now. I am this person. Who are you? I am this person. I do not really know who I am. Because according to Vedanta, you are Brahman. You are infinite existence, consciousness, bliss. And our first reaction is, I don't think so. I think I'm this guy. And I have this little, my personal history. These are my problems. So we start there. That's ignorance. I don't know what I am. Since I don't know that I am Satchidananda Brahman, what I know is, the first thing that is presented to me, this mind, thoughts, feelings, emotions, memory, and this body. So this mind and body are presented to me in my awareness, so I immediately, error, mistake, I take it to be myself. Who am I? This one, here. What is this? I. You see the mutual imposition. What am I? This one. And what is this? I. So I mutually identify body and mind with the self, and the self with the body-mind. And this is called this adhyasa, imposition, superimposition. And this leads to suffering. Why does this lead to suffering? Naturally, the body and mind are deeply limited things. The moment I identify myself with that, I have disease and aging and ultimately death. I identify myself with the mind. I have desire and frustration. Even if I get fulfill my desires, then new desires come up. And I have envy and jealousy and hatred, negativities in the mind. All of that becomes mine. I am full of sorrow and trouble and misery. That comes from the error. And the error comes from the ignorance. So this sorrow and misery, this is the third stage. In the fourth stage comes Vedanta. Vedanta says, Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma, Taittiriya Upanishad. Brahman is infinite existence, consciousness. Our reaction is, good for Brahman, what is it to me? Tattvamasi, you are that. Then you cannot say that. You can't shrug, what is it to me? It's a very funny but very personal story. I'll share it. The monks especially will enjoy it. Those who have seen Bhuteshanandaji Maharaj, the 12th president of our order. So he was a very funny person, but he never laughed. He would have you all laughing. He would speak with a slow drawl. And there are endless stories. I can abandon the Vedanta class and talk about his the stories, the jokes and all. This particular thing I just remembered. So,
I hope he smiled, because how do you know he's not joking if he doesn't at least indicate something of a joke? It's kind of, it'd be like, yeah, someone died. But he was saying a joke, something along those lines. I don't know. But just, it's like if he always had like a stern face and never changing, how do you know he's not joking? What if he really needed help or something and you think it's a joke? I'm hoping at least he smiles, some kind of indication that he's joking.
Swami Bhuteshanji is the president of the entire Ramakrishna Math in Belur Math. Is sitting, and I and many others, we had all gone to offer our pranams to Maharaj. And Swami Chetananandaji, who had come from St. Louis, the Vedanta Society of St. Louis, he was visiting India, and he came to offer pranams to revered Swami Bhuteshanji. There are people from St. Louis here. They offered pranams to Bhuteshanandaji. Bhuteshanji Maharaj. And so Chetananji had some questions which he's asking. And then Bhuteshanji Maharaj said, do that thing which Americans do. What, Maharaj? Shrugging. And then he himself showed. It was so funny, I still remember. This little old man is sitting there, he did this. And we all burst out laughing. And we all said, Maharaj, do it again. Shrugging. Yes, I still remember that. So you can't shrug when you say Tattvamasi. Brahman is infinite existence, consciousness, bliss. But when you say you are that Brahman, we have to say, oh really? How's that possible? I think I'm this person. How am I infinite existence, infinite consciousness? I think I'm this body which is limited. It was born, it's going to die at one time, unfortunately, and it's a very limited size. Mind has very limited knowledge and capacity. And yes, consciousness, I understand. I have some consciousness. I'm a body with consciousness. But Vedanta says, no. You are consciousness itself, and limitless consciousness at that, in limitless existence, beyond the possibility of death, beyond the possibility of sorrow also. So this is told to us. What is this stage? The stage of paroksha jnana, indirect knowledge. We are like, well, the Upanishad is telling us, Swami is telling us, let us accept it. All right, it's possible. Paroksha jnana, I accept it. I sort of understand it also, but it's not directly available to me right now. Can you show it to me directly? There's a time in the text, Vakya Vritti, when Shankaracharya, he's written this book, the Guru is teaching the disciple. At one point, the Guru shows the disciple that you are not the body, not the mind. And the disciple says to the Guru, if I am not the body mind, then show me what I am, like a fruit, karamalakavat, like an amalaki on the palm of my hand. Show me like that directly. Because body and mind is something that I directly experience. Now you are telling me I am not body mind, then what I am, that you show me directly? The Upanishad takes up the challenge. Good, I will show you. And that showing how the Upanishad will show us, there Vidyaranya Swami, he connects it with the 10th man story. Just follow this technique right now, listen to it, and you can actually keep checking personally in your experience right now. Who knows, by the time we leave this auditorium, we'll be enlightened. Or we might have melted from the heat or whatever it is. So the Upanishad says that, oh, so you don't think you are Satchidananda, Atman, Brahman? No. Then what do you think you are? Here, very clear, this one. So this body. All right, let's start with the body. I am this body. The Upanishad says this is called the Annamaya, the physical body, which is made or transformed out of food. It's a transformation of food. What we eat and drink is transformed into this body. So I am this body. This is a fact. All our bodies are basically transformations of food, what we eat and drink. Just recently I found out, I had told this story a number of times, but I didn't know who it was about. There was this Hollywood actress in the 1960s who used to visit our center in Hollywood, and she was interviewed, and she said, she was asked this question, what is the secret of your beauty? The Italian actress. It was Greta Garbo actually. And what's the secret of your beauty? She said, oh, this is pasta. What she meant is, what you are seeing as a beautiful body is actually transformation of pasta. So body is Annamaya, a transformation of food. And then the Upanishad says, okay, you think you're the body? Yes. But this body changes so much. From babyhood, once it's born, from babyhood to childhood to teenage to middle age to old age, it changes so much. If you're a body, which one are you? We say, all of it. Yeah? All of it. Yeah. But that's not logical. The baby's body and the old person's body are so different in size and shape and look, and it's so different. If I am the same one, the one who was in the baby's body and one who was in this old person's body, if I'm the same one, how can I be same as that one and this one? If A is not equal to C, how can B be equal to A and C at the same time?
I think at this point, I mean, you can make the argument that obviously your body will grow and shrink. It's organic. But perhaps the better argument would be the fact that you shed your skin, and the fact that, and scientists, I believe, have said that every 7 years, every cell in your body is replaced. I think that would be a little bit of more of an indisputable argument there, versus saying the baby or the adults or the grandpa body, I guess. But yeah, obviously, bodies grow and all that. So I guess maybe to update the story, perhaps, or maybe to explain. I guess that actually he's talking about the old story of how it was explained back in the day, and I think I'm not sure if he did say it or was Sadhguru. I think Sadhguru is the one that said that Your body replaces every cell in your body is replaced after about 7 years, I think, which I've heard too. So it's pretty. I did not know that, but you don't really think about it, honestly. I mean, yeah, your every cell in your body is replaced about, I think, every 7 years.
I'm using this language. One sadhu to whom it was said, dono hi hum hai. I am the baby's body also and the grown-up's body. Why? What is wrong in that? And the sadhu said, Wah, gadha bhi aur ghoda bhi. How can you be a donkey and a horse at the same time? Very different. See, these are not, you might think that this is not exactly strict, rigorous proof, it's not mathematically rigorous. It is not. It's not meant to be a mathematical proof. It's meant to be more like a lawyer's argument, something that is sort of trying to convince a jury. So there are a battery of arguments.
Okay.
So Upanishad says, continuously changing body, and you have the intuitive feeling that I am the same person. How can you be the same person if you are that continuously changing body? Not only that, a deeper argument would be that this body is an object of your experience, right? And you are the experiencer. You are the drashta, the body is drishya. Drashta and drishya, the seer and the seen, are always different. I see this must be different from my eyes. I experience the body, I see it, I can touch it, I can hear the tummy rumbling, I can feel it, the warmth of the body, I can even taste the taste of the body. All five senses objectify the body. So it's a thing, an object, it's drishya. I am the drashta, I am the experiencer of the body, just as I am the experiencer of this podium. How can this body be me? How can it be I? It's an object to me. So therefore, the body is a drishya, I am drashta. I cannot be the body, because drashta and drishya cannot be the same thing. One more argument. There are multiple arguments. Actually, I can give you at least 7, 8 or 9 arguments. But one more is, I am conscious of the body. The body itself is not conscious of me or itself or anything else. This is a very interesting way of looking at it. You are aware. All of us, we agree. I am aware. Whatever I am, I'm aware. I'm aware of the body. Is the body aware of me? A simple experiment. If I look at my hand, I'm aware of my hand. Is the hand aware of me? Is it saying, hello, Sarva Priyananda, long time no see? No. It's an object. I have no experience of the sense that the hand is somehow aware of me. I am aware of the hand. Again, I know it's a strange way of arguing, but it's very intuitive. It's very, it's psychologically valid. That's how we feel from our experience. It's what philosophers would call a phenomenological argument, an argument from our experience, lived experience. Because the body changes, I do not change. Intuitively, I feel that. Savikara, nirvikara. Because the body is an object of experience, I am the experiencer, drishya and drashta. Because the body is not conscious, jada, and I am conscious of the body, chetana. Because of these reasons, I cannot be the body. And then we look inwards. Then what am I? If I'm not the body, I am there. But then what am I if I'm not the body? What other candidate can I propose? Well, then the Upanishad says, how about prana, life itself, of which breathing is the most obvious manifestation. Life. Am I life? Good argument, actually. A good candidate for the self. Am I life itself? And again, the same arguments. Does prana change? Yes, it changes. Breathing in and breathing out. Hunger and thirst. These are all manifestations of prana. I eat, hunger and thirst are gone. Tiredness and energy. Ill health and good health. All of these are manifestations of prana. And they keeps changing. But I am the same one who was hungry, now I am full. I am the same one who was sleepy, now I am alert. Same one who was ill, now I am healthy. I am the same one. Prana has changed substantially. Then how can I be the prana? Savikara, nirvikara. Is it a drishya, observable? Yes, it is. All your mindfulness meditation depends on that. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry in USA now. Mindfulness. Observe your breathing. Breathing in, I am peaceful. Breathing out, I am smiling. And this is one exercise.
There's plenty of opportunities in America to make some money. You just got to find a way to sell it. If there's a problem out there, someone's willing to sell you something to fix it. Hey, look, that's a good and a bad thing, because there could be legitimate problems, and if you can solve it, that's great. There could be illegitimate problems, and someone will sell you something to hopefully fix it, but still sell it to you.
Thich Nhat Hanh, Miracle of Mindfulness. He passed away recently. Enormous impact he had on the United States. But from a Vedantic perspective, we observe one thing, that breathing is observable. So, that means breathing is drishya, an object of observation. I am the drashta, the seer of the breath. How can the drashta and drishya be the same? How can I be the breath? And by extension, how can I be prana? And then, consciousness, not conscious. I am conscious of breathing. Breathing is not conscious by itself. Remember, these are two subtle but close arguments, but they are not the same arguments. Drashta and drishya is one argument, Chaitana and Jada is another argument. They seem similar. Because of these reasons, I am not the prana. Good, the Upanishad says, then what are you? How about the mind? Do you think you are the mind? Anyantaratma manomayaha. We say, yeah, that's what I wanted to say. I never wanted to say that I am the body or prana or any such silly thing. I am a mind, a thinking entity, a person with memories and ideas and a personal story, a personal biography. I am a person. Yeah, that's right. I am a mind. Does it change? Oh, it changes. From the morning till now, how many times bored, how many times excited, how many times relaxed, how many times annoyed, irritated, how many times happy, how many times sad or depressed. In one day, till now, how much it changes. The mind is the name of a stream of psychic changes. So mind changes, but I cannot deny, whoever I am, whatever I am, I was the one who was bored. Now I am the one who's excited, hopefully. Being excited in New York, especially in New York, being excited is a sign of mental health. First thing they'll ask is, anything. If you're given a new t-shirt, are you excited? And you have to say, yes, I'm so excited.
What?
But from a Vedantic perspective, no. One of our Swamis is very humorous. He's an American Swami, Atman Brahman. So he says, look at the food commercials, cereals. Everybody's so happy, delighted, dancing. He says, no food on the world can give you so much happiness. If food is making you so deliriously happy, it's called mental illness. So mind, it changes so much. I am the same person, bored or excited. The same person who was, who was thinking one thing, now I'm thinking the other thing, or thinking nothing. So mind changes, I'm the same one. The mind is also observed. If we introspect, our thoughts, feelings, emotions, we feel it. Just look into your mind, you'll feel it. I'm thinking this, I'm feeling that, I'm remembering the other thing, or I cannot remember, that also. We observe the mind, the memory, the sensations, all of them are observed. Drishya, I'm the drashta of the mind, whatever I am. And even more interesting, and here it gets really strange and quite, this is something new we begin to see. The mind is not conscious in itself, we are conscious of the mind. You might say, whatever do you mean, Swami? Try this small experiment. Think a thought. Swami, no thought is coming. The mind is very mischievous. If you want to control the mind, full of thoughts. You want the mind, please think a thought. Swami is telling, no thought. All right, no thought, blankness. Whether it is a thought, a simple thought, let me suggest a simple thought, ABCD. We immediately thought ABCD. ABCD. Now, are you aware of ABCD or is ABCD aware of you? You say, of course, I am aware of ABCD. ABCD is just like mental talk. It's not aware of me, it's not aware of anything else, not aware of itself also. Thoughts are like that. All thoughts, images, a mental talk to ourselves. Yeah. We are aware of them. They are not aware of us. They are not aware of each other also. They are not aware of themselves also. We are aware. Whatever I am aware of the thoughts. The thoughts are not conscious. Chaitana jada. I am Chaitana, thoughts are jada. This is a tremendous insight. This difference between consciousness and mind at this point, this is something basic in Vedanta. This is a thought that, this is an idea that is very much needed in modern consciousness studies, in a modern philosophy of mind. We have been discussing this in philosophy departments with neuroscientists and all. When they will say consciousness studies, they mean mind. Mind and consciousness. But mind and consciousness are not the same. But without direct experience, thoughts are objects which we experience. Consciousness is that which experience is. They're two different things.
I'm wondering if that your emotions. I haven't really looked into it, but I think most of our, I don't know where most of our thought or emotions are coming from. I know something along the lines of the frontal lobes deal with probably your emotions. Then where does your memory lie? What are all the different parts of your brain do? Not all of your brain is dealing with thoughts. Not all of your brain is dealing with emotions. Not all of your brain is dealing with memory. Heck, even the right side, I believe, if this is still true today, that the right side of your brain controls the left side of your body, and the left side of your brain controls the right side of your body. So, I'm wondering if, and this is my personal thought on where consciousness is. So far, obviously, I don't know, or honestly don't know, but if I were to guess, in our brain. Not the brain, but maybe a small section of the brain. The only reason why is because obviously our entirety of our brain is not wired to think about everything. You don't use all your brain to think. You don't use all your brain for emotions. You don't use all of your brain for memory. You have your frontal cortex, I believe, which is your emotions. Again, I haven't looked that up, but I know what is it? The thing where they inject you up your nostrils into your brain, and they break that thing, and then you're emotionless. Something they've done in the past in America, probably in the West, which to become like a completely different person. They don't feel empathy or anything like that. And then your memory's not stored all over your brain, I don't think. Again, I'm not exactly too sure. I don't think all of your brain does everything. I think they're sectioned off to do specialized things. Your medulla oblongata or whatever. So there's a little piece of the brain that deals with the thermostat of your body, to where to heat up or to cool down or to get a fever. It's not your entirety of your brain does everything. It's your brains are segmented to do certain things. And I'm wondering if just the awareness or consciousness is a small little thing in your brain too. I'm not saying it is, because I don't know. I know Swami Sarvapriyananda talks about the hard question of consciousness, which even scientists don't know. Just a theory of mine. Am I right? Absolutely, of course. No, I don't know. I really don't know, but it's just a thought out there.
So the mind, I'm not the mind either. Why? Savikaratvat. Aham nirvikara. Mind is changing. I do not change. The mind is drishya. I am the drashta. The mind is jada. I am I'm chetana. Oh, then I am not the mind. No. Then what am I? Maybe I am the intellect with dividing the mind into another function, buddhi. The same argument applies that when you look at the intellect, the capacity of the mind by which we are trying to understand these things, whatever we try to understand. But that also, does it change? Yes, it changes from not understanding to understanding. I work hard at a mathematical problem, I don't get it, and suddenly I get it. The buddhi changed from not understanding, not getting it, to understanding or getting it. Buddhi changes. I am the same one who did not understand. Now I am the same one who understood. So this not understanding and understanding, that refers to a changing buddhi. I am the same. Similarly, the buddhi is drishya. I am aware of the buddhi. And I am drashta. Buddhi is jada. I am chetana. Therefore, I cannot be the buddhi, the vijnanamaya kosha. Then what am I? Remember what we have already crossed. Physical body, annamaya. The pranic body, pranamaya. The mental body, manomaya. The buddhi, vijnanamaya. None of them I am. Why not? Because of these reasons. And remember, it's not an intellectual argument. You can actually see it for yourself. Changing, not changing. True or not in your own experience. Drashta and drishya. True or not in your own experience. Chetana and jada in our own experience. True or not. We can check. And therefore, I must admit that the body is there, mind is there, prana is there, buddhi is there, but I am not literally those things. They are there, just like this is there. Then what am I? If you push beyond that, you will find a blankness, just nothing. If you try experientially, if you say that body is not there, just simulate it. And the breath stops, don't stop breathing. And then the thinking has stopped, the buddhi has stopped, no memories, no sense of ego, no recollection, no sense perceptions. It's all stopped, silence. You'll just get silence, blankness. But that blankness, that's called the Anandamaya. That is also subject to change. According to Vedanta, there the three gunas are still playing. That's in the deep sleep stage. And that stage comes and goes also. We go into deep sleep and we come out of it. It's also a potential state where all our samskaras are in the seed form. So that Anandamaya, let's just take it that I am not that, because that's also something that is experienced. Now, whatever I said, whatever I thought I could be, this physical body, then inside more subtle breath, prana. Then more inside, anyantaratma, more inside, more inside means again, not physically inside. If you physically go inside the body, you will get more body. And the worst part of the body. All sorts of icky, gooey, liquid stuff will come. But inward in our own experience, thoughts, I am not that also, manomaya. Look inwards, the buddhi which is active here, I am not even that, vijnanamaya. And beyond that, nothing, blankness, anandamaya, not even that. Then what am I? If I am none of these, then I don't exist. But you do exist. In the Upanishad, the student tells the teacher, Asad Brahma iti Veda Chet. Then Brahman is not there, Atman is not there. Whatever I thought I was, you said, no, you have convinced me. I also agree, I am none of these things. But then I can't find myself. What am I? I can't find myself. The teacher says, but you do exist. The 10th man does exist. How will you find? Normally, when we teach these things in any Vedanta textbook, you will find Panchakosha Viveka. You are not, the self is not Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, Anandamaya. It is Atma, Satchidananda, done, finished. Disaster. You know why it's a disaster? The Upanishad does not do this. Upanishad goes up to the Anandamaya, the blankness, darkness. It's such a skillful teacher. Such a skillful teacher. The ultimate in pedagogy. It goes up to that darkness, blankness, and then stops. Doesn't say anything. This is where Vidyaranya brings in the 10th man story. He says, now you will use the 10th man story. Let's see if it works. You can try it now. At best, you'll become illumined. At worst, you'll fall asleep. This is one of the two things. These are the only two outcomes in Vedanta. Usually people fall asleep or they become illumined, enlightened. How will the 10th man story work? I'll first tell you a little bit and then we'll try it for ourselves. So as we consider the body, the prana, the mind, this is like counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Where is the 10th man? You are the 10th. Dashamastvamasi. This turn, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, then 10th. This turn we will have to do for ourselves. You see, let me ask you the question. Why did this person not find the 10th man? Why this person did not find? He found 9. Why did he not find the 10th one? He will say he did not count himself. He did not count himself. But let me ask you a more pertinent and deeper question. Why did he not count himself? We were seeing outside. But why was he seeing outside? Because there's a very good reason why he was seeing outside. This is the basis of why it's so difficult in consciousness studies to understand what consciousness is. Exactly the 10th man story. Why was he seeing outside? Because the other 9 were?
Right in front of us.
Other 9 were visible outside. He has pretty good precedent that the 10th man must be outside. Why? Those 9 other fellows are outside. Where else will the 10th man be? Everything that we have found in our lives till now, every experience we have had, whatever we have seen, is an object. It's an object externally in the world which we can see, hear, smell, taste, touch, or it's an object in our minds. Thoughts, emotions, ideas, personality, memories, desires, projects. They are all objects. Till we have come to this idea, that's it, that's reality. What else can there be? So this consciousness, Atman, Brahman, where even if we say it is non-objective, pure subject, we may use those words, we're still looking for an object. We're still looking for an object. To cure us of that sort of almost incurable objectifying tendency, the Upanishad keeps quiet at that point. And then we will use the 10th man maneuver to see ourselves as the pure subject, not as object. See, if the Upanishad had said, this is the Anandamaya, and then beyond this, you are Atma. If it had said it outright, what would have happened to us? We would have started looking for one Atma. Here, I have found the Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, Anandamaya. Now, where is that Atma? Never find it.
Because I guess he's saying it as an object, therefore you're looking for an object, as opposed to just stopping and then looking inside, looking without looking for an object, I suppose.
Never find it. I never quote Jiddu Krishnamurti, but here I have to quote him.
Ooh.
He said, you have invented these terms, Atman, Brahman. Try to find it, you will never ever find it. Why? Because he says, these are his words, this is because it is empty. It is empty of anything called a self. You'll never ever find it because it does not exist as an object. But he never says it does not exist at all. That's why I always consider Advaita Vedanta and Shunyavada Buddhism, Madhyamaka Buddhism, seems to be absolutely opposite, but they are very good correctives for each other. Because if you follow Advaita Vedanta closely, it seems to talk about something called Atman, Brahman, consciousness, Satchidananda. It's not a thing. Here, I may differ with Krishnamurti on many points, but here Krishnamurti is absolutely right. It's not a thing. You can never find it. And if you follow Tibetan Buddhism, Madhyamaka Buddhism closely, you will end up thinking they're talking about nothing. But that's not true. That's not fair. They clearly say, we are not talking about asat, non-existence. So when you put them together, you realize it's not a thing. The ultimate reality is not a thing. It's not nothing also. It is no thing. No hyphen thing. So that turn. Let us try it and then we'll take questions. All right. If you feel like, if you're comfortable, just sit upright, relaxed.
All right, I'm going to pause it. If you want to do that, please go to the video. But yeah, that's the most difficult thing though to understand, because it is not saying there's nothing, but it's not saying it is a thing. So it's it's in a, I don't know how to describe it. It's like a limbo, but not. There can't be. Either it is or isn't a thing, but you're saying it's neither, which is. But we're sitting here saying that it can be experienced. If it can be experienced, it should be a thing, right? But they say no. Can it be experienced? If it can be experienced, it should be an object. And objects are something that you can experience. But maybe... Video over with, by the way, just in case. I'm going to obviously pause it here, and the next two parts are going to be... The last two parts will be the questions. So anyways, about the Atman Brahman. I guess it may not be... I don't know, they said that it's something that you must experience for yourself, but it is not something that you can experience. It must be something that you must realize, I suppose. That may make more sense. It cannot be experienced, it must be realized. Because for it to be experienced, it must be an object, but you can realize things that are not objects. Like ideas. Ideas are not objects. Not physical objects in a way. And it's not exactly necessarily a thought. Now, people have different ideas about what an idea is, I believe. Maybe I'm going a little too far with this one, but let me try it out. Hope. It's an idea. But what is it? It's not an object. What is hope, in a way? What is hope? You describe it, but that's it. Hope. Through hard times, I'm trying not to use hope. Through hard times, good thing happens? No, that's guaranteed. Hope is not that. Hope is a chance. Through hard times, there's a chance of good things happening. Yeah, I don't know. It is not a thing. They say thoughts are things. An idea is not necessarily a thought. Now that I introduced that, I'm confusing myself probably. But I get what he's trying to say. The weirdest thing though is that they say that you must experience it. But the thing is though is that I've always understood to experience something it must be an object. And obviously the Atman Brahman is not an object. So therefore if it's not an object it cannot be experienced. So is it maybe the right wording for it? Maybe you must realize it as opposed to experience it. Because you can experience nothing. Literally just nothing. But through that experience you must realize what you are. Maybe that's Jnana Yoga right there. I don't know, let me know. Let me know in the comments below. I need to find out what the definition of an idea is. It's not an emotion. It's not really thoughts. It is not something physical. Idea starts off as thoughts, absolutely, I suppose. But they're not thoughts, generally speaking. But is it ever changing? Every idea probably doesn't change, but there's many different ways to describe what an idea is. I don't know, I'm curious about ideas now. Anyways, that's my reaction to at least part 2 for Swami Sarvarpyananda, Vendantic Practices and Overcoming Stress, Attaining Peace. If you like my content, please consider subscribing, thumbs up, thumbs down below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next vid.